Quick tour of the house. I think this is a perfect retirement home. Again, we've got a bathroom right off the garage door, makes it nice. We found this in an antique store. I think it's a door threshold. We put this bottom piece and hangers on, makes a nice coat hanger. Very nice. My mom's Last Supper picture, Leonardo da Vinci, I believe, was the original painter. Probably other painters did it too, but it's a nice touch, and pictures like that make you think too. Here we've got some cupboards and classic the writing desk there. Here's the guest bedroom. Very nice. Again, I think if you're planning a home, a nice closet in here for your guests, nice dressers. This is a nice room to design into your house. The sunroom is where my wife does her crafts and her arts and ironing and sewing. Very good light coming in here. Oh, the windows. I want to talk about the windows too. These are good windows in here. They were replaced a few years ago because the original, when they built the house, wasn't too good, but so Mom put new windows in here. Now we have windows in the bathroom and the bedrooms, and over here on this guest bedroom that we weren't quite happy with because the seals around them was getting moisture and you could see discoloration. So we met this guy at the county fair, and they were putting a promotion on, and he had a salesman come out and he showed us a meter that would read the convection, I believe that's the word, of the heat transfer through the windows. A regular average window that most people buy, the meter will read around 7, 8, 9 in most houses. He tested these good windows that Mom had put in. The meter read 4. The lower the number, the better. Now he read 4, and then he took his window out of his display packet that he had, and that meter read 1. And so these were extremely quality windows he had. And he says, "You don't quite believe that, do you?" And I said, "No." So he took a heat lamp out, and he put a heat lamp on the other side of these windows, and I felt and I could feel the heat come through. And he took that heat lamp to his window. I could not feel any heat come through at all. So it wasn't a scam, and I believed his meter readings. And so you can buy premium windows. And again, you're going to pay probably $200 more per window for that window than you are going to on these premium windows. Seeing how when you're going to spend money, spend it and try to get value. So we went the extra $200 per window and had 5 windows put in. So windows are up and down all over the place. What you spend is up to you, but I do know if you're going to do something, do it right. Here's one of their windows, easy in and out cleaning, very nice finish to it. We found one little flaw in one window. They came back and stood behind it and did excellent caulking around the outside. I asked them to do a little bit better back there, and because I'm kind of a perfectionist. But what you buy for your house is pretty unique. Now, this window, Mom wanted outside light into her washer and dryer room here, so she put a window in here. My wife prefers not to have the window, and we found a nice oil painting at Goodwill for, I don't know, $10, and it's a beautiful little piece that fit nice in that window. And I'm going to look up that author that painter sometime and see if he's got a history. It's a nice pretty picture, and we sealed it off, and she put curtains in here. But here you got cupboards in this room. The design of this house again is something that you may want to look at for floor plans for your future house that you're building for retirement. Very nice. On the same floor, washer and dryer, ironing board in my wife's crafts room here. Very good light back here, a nice ceiling fan. So you kind of look at the layout of these. Here was a utility, not a utility closet then, just a canned goods closet and storage place. And we took all the canned goods out in the shelves, and we put this geothermal split system in. Very good design, centrally located in the house for for ductwork and everything. Think about that design. Here's the living room. It's got a peaked ceiling in it. The big TV makes it easy for me to read without glasses when I sit on the couch. Otherwise, I have to put my glasses on. So I spent a few extra bucks on the TV. Again, let's take you around for the tour. Nice big bathroom for my wife. I don't come in here very often because I feel like I'm off limits here, because this is so nice in here that a real man shouldn't be in here. But here's a linen closet for things that's nice in the design of the house. The bedroom here is nicely designed. Again, we got new windows here facing the weather north or coming from the northwest. A nice sized closet in here. We didn't make anything super neat. We just want to show you the functionality of things here. That is a nicely designed closet in there. Nice walk-in. This house, if you take the sunroom and you take my office here, you can actually make 2 more bedrooms into this small house where you have 4 bedrooms. But the sunroom gets a little chilly. We close that door in the wintertime because of the convection through the windows, and would be a chilly bedroom. But here you got a nice walk-in closet here, storage space in this office. It'd be a nice bedroom for a kid if you wanted to be alone. Also want to point out, every home should have a computer, a laptop, strictly for Sudoku, Spider Solitaire, Free Cell Solitaire. I spent hours in here wasting my time playing solitaire, and on top of that you can Google things if you have an interest in something, find them. Every home should have a laptop. I've got a copier, printer, scanner, photograph piece of equipment here, HP Envy 4520 model. I highly recommend. Runs off of a router, which I highly recommend a router, which if you get Netflix or Amazon Prime or anything, you'll need a router. But this here is a fine unit, and it was only 70, 80 bucks retail, and it does everything I need. All the scanning I do for my patents and little projects I'm into. But I've got interesting here. My one son's first check as a CPA firm. He had a CPA when he was 23. My other son's first check as a tool and die maker journeyman for a company. They send him all over the Western Hemisphere installing machinery at General Motors plants, and both their diplomas up there. This is a picture of my dad when his tractor fell into a sinkhole in a field. When you can lean on the top of your exhaust from the ground, you know that's a deep hole. He had to dig it all out. So my brother made these little frame things, and it says, "Dealing with adversity." Looking down at his tractor, just about completely down in a hole. So that's kind of a funny little piece. But again, design. My diploma, I graduated when I was 51 years old from Iowa State University. Fisher School of Business, accounting degree, magna cum laude. Everybody says I was a slow learner. That's why I graduated 51 years old. My wife is well read in the classics, and when we go to our European trips, she pretty well chimes in with the things that she's read over the years, quietly along with the tour guides, and lets me know this and that. You can see the living room's nice. We put hardwood floors in. Used to have carpeting everywhere, that pink carpet remnants you see in the garage. Not much for pink carpet, so we tore it all out. And the laminated floorings looks like the real deal, and it cleans super easy, especially with our dog, that you sweep up things very easily. He's got a couple of sleeping pillows here on the floor, you'll see. But now the kitchen and the counter, we have a formal dining room when we want to eat formally with guests. Back here in the sunroom, which is really nice, that our guests enjoy the view while they have dinner. But about 100% of the time we eat at this counter here and watch TV like everybody does. And the kitchen layout is simple, compact, but yet room for everything. So when you design your house, think about this a little bit. While I'm talking a little bit, just flashed in my mind something about the railroad. We're lucky enough to live far enough away, it doesn't bother us, but I like to see locomotives in the old days, and actually rode on the 611 that's in Norfolk, Virginia now with my sons when they were younger. An old passenger trip from Columbus to Put-in-Bay on Lake Erie, and very beautiful ride. Open air cars. You had to wear goggles to keep the cinders out of your eyes. Just an excellent experience. But the trains down here, I watch them all the time, and I noticed in 05, 04 they were getting smaller and smaller. And so I pulled all of my stocks out of my IRAs and opened up a cash account at Ameritrade. And because it looked like something was up in the economy with them trains getting smaller and smaller. And sure enough, I was believing too that our job loss from exporting our jobs, which I used to be a protectionist, but I'm no longer a protectionist. I'm all for competition. And that decreases prices for everybody. And protectionism is eventually going to eat you up one way or another. Tariffs are going to eat you up one way or another. Free trade, I believe, is the only way to go economically. I had some good economics professors at Ohio State. Very good conversations with them. But getting back to the trains, notice they were getting smaller and smaller. So I started, got my IRAs out of the stock market and put them in a cash account at Ameritrade. And sure enough, not because of the job loss that I thought was coming from the jobs leaving the country and consumption going down, but the great old housing finance bad loan episode hit, and then right after that the derivatives took the financial markets right down. Wall Street went right down to 6,000. Well, guess who was ready to jump back in? Ford stock was $1 a share. Mullaney, I think was his name, was the chairman, saved Boeing, he saved Ford, had leveraged the Blue Oval even, and had credit to extend out for years to where Ford wasn't going to go under. But the supplier base was in jeopardy, so the stock went down. $1 a share, it creeped up to $1.10, $1.20. Well, I bought in, kind of like they say on Texas Hold'em, all in. I sold a 50-acre farm, all the IRAs I had, put in the Ford stock, and guess who got blessed? I sold it at $17 a share. And it became, that's when we started taking numerous European trips, and our life got very comfortable. So you don't have to read the Wall Street Journal every week to kind of know what's going on in the market. And I believe the train is the greatest barometer. If you live next to them, watch your trains. When you see, now they're back up to 50, 60, 70 cars on each train that's going through. And when I got out of the market, you could see they were going down to, sometimes they'd go through with just 4 or 5 cars on them. No car carriers on, no gondolas with scrap metal in. So just a little bit of advice. You want to see what's going on in the economy, watch the trains. You'll see what's going on in the economy.